Hi, Jerry Sell here from the Vengeance Division of Forest River, and this video highlights the Rogue 25V Toy Hauler Travel Trailer. So right off the bat, you can see this is a optional high gloss white gel coat fiberglass. The white is new for 2023. We still have the standard metal siding as well, but this one highlights the high gloss gel coat fiberglass. Also noticing on the outside here is our new solar reflective windows, which is great at blocking heat and the UV lights, the sunlight, so that it doesn't fade your interior. Moving right along is your tempered glass, black glass door, which is kind of cool. So instead of being the standard white fiberglass like everybody else uses, we have this really cool black glass door. Our main entry features the MORride step above step system, so it's going to be nice and sturdy when you're loading up. Your second door, because we also give you a door to the front bedroom, has the standard pull-up steps. So the 25V is a real toy hauler. And what I mean by that is it's a toy hauler trailer made in a toy hauler factory where all we make are toy haulers. So along with being a true toy hauler are heavier duty axles. For example, these are 5,200 pound axles. It's a much stronger axle. It's a much stronger chassis. It's also 8.5 feet wide as opposed to the standard 8 wide that a normal travel trailer is. And the reason we do that is to give you more room for your toys. So being a true toy hauler, one of the features we have here is a 30-gallon fuel station that comes standard on the coach. So you can see right here, you've got your fill from the gas station. So when I pull in, I can fill up right here. Then I've got the lockable fill here for your toys. So that's nice. No one can come, take your nozzle and fill up their toys while you're out riding around. So that's lockable. Also is the digital monitor here. So it used to be that you'd have a little door that would open up and there would be a little floaty gauge that would tell you whether your tank was full, and then the switch to turn your tank on and off. This new digital system is more like what your car has, so it's much more accurate. And it's got an automatic on and off. And you'll see if I turn it on right now, gosh, nothing happens. And it's done that way so that someone, once again, can't steal your gas. To actually activate the pump, I have to hit the off button and hold it, and you'll see the on button start to flash. Now I can pump gas. The cool thing about this is when I turn it on to pump the gas, you'll hear the motor running. Now I'm gonna turn it off and you'll hear a change in tone in the motor. You can hear that just slight change. What that is now that I've finished pumping my gas in, I turn it off. It's a safety feature that actually is pumping the gas from the nozzle back into the tank, so you don't have any gas dripping from the nozzle. Great safety feature. So you remember when I mentioned at the beginning that Rogue is a true toy hauler. One of the unique things about the Rogue product that I think makes it a true toy hauler is our A-frame up front, which most people don't talk about. But actually the 25V has an A-frame that's 54 inches long as opposed to the standard 48 that most trailers have. And what that means is, yeah, the trailer's a little longer overall, but that extra 6 inches gives you the ability to turn and angle better, because you're gonna be taking this into the woods. You don't know where you're gonna be parking. Now you have a better angle to back up or pull into places, because we know it's not a standard campsite all the time. Also up front, you're gonna have two 20-pound tanks or 5-gallon tanks. The great thing about the 20-pound tank is you can replace it anywhere. You don't have to go get propane filled. I can go to a hardware store or even a grocery store and switch out my tanks if I need it. You'll also notice up front, we give you a battery. So there's a 27 series battery that comes from the factory. And the reason the battery comes from the factory and it's a bigger 27 series is all Rogue products come with a 100-watt solar system already built in. Now on top of that, we have an option for a second 100-watt system that many of our dealers automatically put in. So the trailer you're looking at, or when you go to the dealership, the trailer you'll see may actually have a 200-watt system already on there. So the great thing about that is now you can run so many things with the 12-volt and still be out dry camping, because that's what these toy haulers are designed for. Also up front is the optional power tongue jack, so you don't have to hand crank it up and down. New for 2023 on the 25V is also the Lippert expandable ladder receiver. So if you look at the top, you'll see the black receiver is there. We no longer put a ladder on the side of the coach. What you can do is you can buy this collapsible ladder either on Lippert's website or from your dealer. And now what you've got is a ladder that collapses and stores. You can use it anywhere on the coach, but we do give you the mounting brackets right here. And it's much sturdier because I can pull it out if I need to for stability. It's much stronger. I'm not climbing up the side. It just makes it easier to get on the roof of the trailer if you need to. Also new for 2023 on the 25V is the Furrion tankless water heater. So no longer do you have a water tank, a hot water tank, that's gonna either be 6-gallon or 10-gallon. And actually on the Rogue product, it used to be a 6-gallon tank. Now, instead of having 6 gallons of hot water, you have unlimited hot water to take your showers. We like to put all of our utility things on the off-door side of the trailer so that you don't have all this out under your awning where the water connects and all that. So you'll see I'm on the off-door side here. So what you've got are a couple of really cool features. One is this is where your cable and satellite would come in if the campground you're out has it, or you have a satellite dish that you sit on the ground and move around so you can get reception. You've got a black tank flush right here, your freshwater and city water. So what that basically means is if I'm gonna go out dry camping and I need to fill my tank, I fill it from here. If I'm at the campground and they have water, I can hook it up right here. Speaking of water, the Rogue 25V actually has a 100-gallon freshwater capacity. So along with that, I've got a shower with hot and cold water, and I have a spray point. So what that means is not only can I clean myself out here, but at the end of the weekend, if I want to clean off my toys before I put them away, I can pop on the high-pressure sprayer, clean them all off, and then put them in the coach. Moving on is our generator compartment here, right up in the front. So what you've got is room for the optional NPS generator. You can see it's all lined. This is a code thing. You have to have it lined in galvanized steel. Here are the wiring, and underneath we actually have the gas lines coming from the tank ready to go. So if either you or you want your dealer to install the generator, you can basically plug and play and it's ready to go. While I'm at the front of the 25V, I want to point out another new feature for 2023, and that is our backup camera ready system. So it is not just a backup camera mount that is on the back of the coach, but we actually this year give you mounts here for the side cameras. So as you're going down the road, you put your turn signals on or whatever, you can look and see if there's anybody beside you before you pull out. It's great for backing up, so you can see if there's a tree or whatever at nighttime when you're going in. So the camera system actually is for 4 cameras, the 2 turn signals on the side, the 1 on the back, and we've also added a camera mount on the inside where your toys go. So if you do have a motorcycle back there and you hit some potholes or it's a rough road, you can change the monitor in your truck and actually see your cargo in the back, make sure your bike's okay as you go down the road. I'm on the back patio ramp system for the 25V. So obviously we have the ramp door to drive your toys in. So when the ramp is down, it's rated at 3,000 pounds to drive in the vehicles that you have. And you'll also notice on the floor that it's actually a dovetail or beaver tail. So you get a real nice, easy transition. You won't bottom out your bikes or toys when you come in. Right now the patio is set up. So as you can see, it rolls out like this. It's not the kind that folds up and down. It actually attaches. It's like a gate, rolls out very easily. So now I have a full patio. My kids are safe. My dog can't get out. Real convenient feature here. When it's in the patio system like this, it's actually rated at 1,500 pounds. So your whole family can be out here and enjoy the sunshine. As I walk in, you'll see here the rolls. This is actually a tent end type product, so it's a canvas tent type product that'll roll down. There's a big window screen, so you've got pass-through air and privacy, and then at night there's a flap that you can roll down and have complete privacy. So instead of having to fold all this up and bring it up at night, you've just got this back tent end that'll work fine for privacy overnight. Moving on, you'll notice that we have the bed and the sofas. The sofas make into a bed very simply with the rollover system like this. And we have a bed that is actually not the standard power bed that you see on so many other toy haulers. What we've done is we've come up with a new system that eliminates the motors and the drive chains, and quite frankly, those systems take a long time to get the bed down because you have to actually use the, how do I say this? The best way to say it is this bed doesn't go up and down on the push of a button. It's only the sofas that go up and down on the push of the button. So for me to bring this bed down on one of those electrical systems, I have to bring the sofas down to a bed position, push the button, bring the sofas up, unlatch this bed, then the bed rests on the sofas and comes down, and it takes like 7 or 8 minutes. So we came up with a system that, if I want to put the kids to bed, basically takes 7 or 8 seconds. Even though the 25V is our smallest toy hauler travel trailer, it still has 15 feet 4 inches of garage space. So what that means is you can still get your big 4-seater UTVs in here. In fact, if you get on our Facebook page, Rogue Facebook page, owners page, you'll actually see pictures of people that have their big 4-seaters in here. They really do fit. You can see the galley area here, so you've got your nice stainless steel, black stainless sink, nice big sink. He won't have any trouble doing the dishes at all. 3-burner stove and oven, overhead your microwave, cabinets, place for a TV if you want to take it along, and then your 10 cubic foot 12-volt refrigerator. So you remember I talked about us having a solar system already built onto the coach. The great thing is that this being 12 volt, number one, going down the road, you no longer have to be burning propane, which a lot of places is actually illegal. So now you can run this 12 volt. Your truck alternator will be recharging your battery as you go down the road, plus the solar panels are going to keep the batteries charged as you go down the road. So you've got full 12 volt here. And once again, the reason for the solar system is if you are out in the middle of nowhere with these toy haulers, you've got a solar system that will keep your refrigerator running. If you have two 27 series batteries and the 200 watts of solar using the optional extra 100-watt solar panel, you should be able to go a week with this refrigerator, no problem. As I mentioned, the Rogue 25V is a true toy hauler. So part of that 8.5 wide that I talked about in the beginning is the advantage now, because we have that extra 6 inches, you've got 72 inches from the counter to the wall. Most UTVs run 64 to 68 inches, and that's why they fit in here. On this side, you'll see we gave you a nice big picture window. And one of the cool features we have are what we call our zebra shades. So you can see as you pull this down, the cool thing about this is you can have them up for full light. I can bring them this way, I can give you partial light, or I can completely bring it down and black it out for complete blackout privacy. Over the window, you've got a bank of overhead cabinets to make sure you have maximum storage. As I mentioned outside, here's that fourth camera prep that I talked about. Right here, so you can, when you do the optional cameras, you've got it right here, shooting right down on your toys. You'll make sure everything is safe as you go down the road. As I mentioned, the 25V is our smallest toy hauler trailer, and one of the ways that we're able to condense things down is we give you what we call a walk-through bath as opposed to a side aisle bath. So that gives you, the full width of the trailer, so we can condense the length because we're using width. And that makes the overall length of the trailer shorter. So in the bath here, we're gonna give you a nice glass shower surround, a good full-size shower. You've got your foot flush toilet on the door side, and above that, a real nice big linen closet. You got a full vanity with the mirrored top and storage below. And remember I talked about the tankless water heater outside. One of the cool features about the tankless water heater is the switch for it is actually here in the bathroom. And the reason we do that is the neat thing about these is I turn this on, I'm gonna hit it, you'll notice it says 111 degrees is what it's set at right now. I can bop it up. There's 13, I can bring it down. The cool thing is if let's say I want to take a shower, what I can do is come in here and set the temperature. Let's say I want a 110 degree shower because that's what I like, or there's 109. I can set this to 109. Now I'm going to go in the shower and I'm just going to turn the hot water on. It's already set at my favorite temperature. and I can take as long a shower as I want. In the bedroom of the 25V, you'll see, well, one of the things is we have the walk-through bath. So outside, you notice I mentioned the second door. The reason we have the second door in the 25V is because we've condensed everything down with the walk-through bath. If someone's using the bath or taking a shower, I have a way to get out of my bedroom or into my bedroom while the bathroom's being used. That's why it's a two-door model. Up front here in the bedroom, you can see we have an oversized bed. So a standard queen bed is 60 inches. This is actually 66, a little bit more room. We kind of call it a Rogue King. We didn't want to go full king because we still want to give you the ability to walk around the bed in the bedroom. And you've got shirt wards on both sides and full overhead cabinets. Also here next to the bed is your switch for the generator. So this is where you would turn the generator on or off if you need to. Even though our generator has a keyless remote, when I'm ready to go to bed, I'm going to come in here. I don't want the sound of the generator above my bed, so the switch is right here to turn it off. Your bedroom features a place for a television, so you can lay in bed and watch TV or the news or whatever before you go to bed. Right here's the backer for it. And then up above in the ceiling is a plug for the TV and also a place to connect your antenna or satellite. Also new for 2023 is a 12-volt plug. Looks like the old cigarette lighter plug, and the reason for that is it's designed for a 12-volt television, which is almost a mobile type, or you would see truckers can use and that type of thing. The nice thing about this is because we have that solar system, you can be out dry camping. If you guys buy a 12-volt television, you can plug it in, be able to watch TV or the news or whatever at night. Functionality and usability are very important to us at Rogue. So one of the things that we make sure of when we are designing the trailer is we make sure that we have all the switches in the right spot. So right off the bat, you'll notice down here, right by the entry door, is our 12-volt disconnect. So what that 12-volt disconnect does is, just as it sounds, that disconnects all the power from the battery to everything in the trailer. So when you're finished camping, and I'm gonna shut the door for the last time Sunday night, I can reach in here, I can turn this disconnect off. That makes sure that the 12-volt is off on everything, including the refrigerator, your lights, and all that. So you're not gonna drain your battery while you're not plugged in and not camping. Then when it's time to go, when I come in the coach, I can reach around, turn it on, I've got full power. Also in this area, you'll see, well, and you can see it up here, are the switches for your lights. We've got your awning switch, your 12-volt meter, which is part of that solar package. So you can always see what the volts are on your battery, so you can see if it's getting low or that type of thing. It's very handy. And then over here on this side is new for 2023, and this is actually our Bluetooth receiver. And basically what you'll see here is a barcode, and what this is this is designed for all the electronics, because you know we all have cell phones, we all have tablets, these types of things. So now instead of a stereo or a CD player, because everybody keeps their music on their phones now, you just pair this up, and now I can play the tunes through all the speakers, I can play them outside, I can play my movies and everything right through this whole Bluetooth system. Over on the kitchen side, I've got a couple of features that work over here as well. And number one is your tank monitor. So this is where I can push the buttons and see whether I have, for instance, if I hit battery, you'll see it goes all the way to full because the battery's full, but gray and black and freshwater tank are all empty because this is a new coach, there's no water in them. Above this is a very important switch. This is actually for heat pads on your tank. So the Rogue product has an enclosed heated underbelly, right, insulated, and what that means is when the furnace is running and you're camping, the furnace is actually blowing warm air down into your underbelly so you can get extended stay camping. I'm not going to say 4-season because it's really not designed for that, but if you want to use this late into the fall, you're going to stay warm, your tanks aren't going to freeze. But another feature that we have to ensure your tanks don't freeze is actually heat pads on every one of your tanks, black, gray, and fresh, to keep them from freezing, not only while you're camping, but more importantly, if you're going down the road and you have fresh water and it's freezing outside, you may not have your furnace on back here. So you may forget, oh gosh, the tanks, they're not gonna stay thawed, or whatever when you're going down the road. I flip this in freezing weather. Even without the furnace on, I know that those heat pads will keep my tanks from freezing as I drive back home from the campsite. So that's the Rogue 25V. Small, compact, but still fits that 4-seat UTV. For more information, visit us at www.forestriverinc.com/rogue.